Now, first and foremost, who makes the budget of a country? The government of India makes the budget. I'm sure you must all be aware of the glamour these days that is associated with budget. Come the month of March, by the end of March, the finance minister gives a budget for the financial year, for the coming financial year, which starts from 1st April, suppose 2015 to 31st March 2016. So the budget is declared for a financial year, and budget talks about your estimated receipts, from where we are going to get money and where we are going to spend it. So budget talks about estimated or expected receipts and expected expenditures of the government. It is prepared by the Ministry of Finance for a particular financial year. Budget is not given for a calendar year starting from January and ending in December. It is given for a financial year starting from April and ending in March. Budget talks about expected receipts and expected expenditure. So, one thing that is clear is that it is not that whatever the way it has been projected, it will come out as that. It may come out as a surplus because expected receipts may fall down than expectations, or the expected expenditure may go up more than expected. So, there can be a surplus budget or a deficit budget. Now, what do we mean by a surplus budget? We have a surplus budget when our receipts are more than our expenditure. But generally in our country, we face a problem of budget deficit. That is, our receipts are less and our expenditures are more. Now, what do we mean by the term budget deficit? Budget deficit is when our total expenditure is more than our total receipts. Then we have a budget deficit. Our expenditure is more than the receipt. The total expenditure, both capital and revenue, is more than the total receipt, capital and revenue receipt, both. When we talk about receipt, we take into consideration both the capital and the revenue receipts. Revenue receipts are the revenue that is generated through direct taxes, indirect taxes, license fees, registration fees, all different types of fines, aids, grants. And capital receipts, we mean borrowings and recovery of old loans. We have taken this into consideration while we are talking about budget deficit. So, budget deficit is not giving us a true picture of the economy. Why? Because in that portion, the earnings we have included the borrowings also. How can borrowings be earnings? It is a liability which you have to repay in future. So we should not include those borrowings. So physical deficit is calculated when out of the total expenditure and total receipts, we do not include the borrowing part of the capital receipts. We take into consideration total expenditure, both capital and revenue, but we take into the total receipts when we talk of revenue receipts, and we talk about the loans that have been repaid, but we do not take into consideration the borrowings. So, the physical deficit gives us a more comprehensive measure of the deficit that the government faces, or the shortfall that it faces for its lesser income and more expenditure. It can also be calculated if from the budget, in the budget deficit, you add the borrowings and other liabilities. If you add them to budget deficit, then also you can calculate the physical deficit. So there are two ways in which you can arrive at the physical deficit. If in budget deficit you add the borrowings, you arrive at the physical deficit. Or while calculating budget deficit, if you do not consider the borrowing portion, then you can arrive at the physical deficit. Now, the fiscal policy, the government formulates the fiscal policy through its public debt, public expenditure and taxation. It is the policy that is formulated by the government to influence the economy. So fiscal policy is also very important. You are often asked a question that who formulates the fiscal policy. So we need to remember that fiscal policy is formulated by the government and monetary policy is formulated by the central bank of a country. In our case, RBI.